Some mysteries seem nearly impossible to solve since they occurred decades ago. And despite investigators doing everything in their power to crack them, there simply isn't enough proof to bring the case to an end. In certain cases, people vanish without a trace, sometimes lose their lives under suspicious circumstances, and no suspect is ever identified. Or a heist occurs in which millions of dollars are stolen, yet no one has ever been held accountable for the crime. Number 15. Kaye Goodwin. Back in April of 2024, 28-year-old Kaye Goodwin vanished from Baytown, Texas, amid fears of kidnapping. She was last seen leaving her Decker Drive apartment at 7 p.m. on April 21st, and after that, she never returned. The next day, her mother received a ransom call demanding $600 via Cash App. Kaye could be heard crying, claiming her captors assaulted her. Witnesses later reported seeing her enter a car tied to the same Cash App account, linked to Juan Sergio Flowers, who was already implicated in another woman's death, and 55-year-old Kevin Patterson. Patterson's home contained evidence connecting him to Kaye. Police believe she was moved from Baytown to South Houston, then possibly Southwest Houston, but details remain undisclosed. The family fears the worst, as no contact has been made since the initial call. Authorities believe Kaye is still in Houston and continue their search. Well, we can say just one thing. Anyone with information should contact Baytown Police at 281-422-8371. Number 14. Jerry Wilkins. Jerry, a 21-year-old from Alabama, vanished on January 3, 2025. Despite determined efforts from police and family, he's still missing. Known to visit Tilton County, Jerry was on prescribed medication for depression, but relatives insist it's unrelated to his disappearance. Concern grew when it was found he had left without it. That morning, he told his mother he was going for a haircut, driving off in his white Yukon XL, license plate PLYSAX. He never arrived. His phone and medication were left at home. An hour later, his SUV was reportedly seen in Lincoln, but the driver remains unknown. No bank or card activity has appeared since. While searches, including exploring with NUG along the Coosa River, put in efforts, they found nothing. Police don't currently suspect foul play, but are pursuing all leads. His family urges the public to watch for Jerry or his vehicle and report any sightings to the Talladega County Sheriff's Office at 256-245-121. Number 13. Kimberly Rose Abercrombie. In 2013, 23-year-old Kimberly lived in Brooksville with her husband, who was serving in the military and deployed to Afghanistan. They had a young son, but life was unstable as Kimberly battled addiction. On June 13, 2013, she told her son she'd be back later and left home. She may have gone to Cincinnati, though this was never confirmed. When she didn't return, her son called his grandmother, and the family became worried. Police later found her car in Johnsville near Kentucky Highway 9A, containing clothing, her wallet, and ID, but no keys. Her last Facebook post, dated June 5th, mentioned excitement over puppies, though details were unclear. Rose had gone missing before, but always contacted family within a week. This time, she didn't. Investigators believe foul play is likely, but no leads have surfaced. Anyone with information should contact Kentucky State Police at 859-428-1212. NamUs case number is MP20765. Number 12. The Grand National Bank Robbery. In May 1930, St. Louis saw one of its largest bank heists, still unsolved nearly a century later. The Grand National Bank was relocating from Grand Boulevard to the Continental Life Building on Olive Street. This risky, week-long move involved transferring the vault and hundreds of safety deposit boxes. Before the vault could be moved, its heavy door was replaced with a lighter one, and oddly, cashier G. Ford Herbert requested police guards be removed. The next morning, Porter Benjamin Stower found masked robbers looting the vault. He and vault custodian William Britton were tied up as thieves selected boxes using an internal registry. Around $1 million was stolen. Customers were furious to learn their rental fees offered no insurance, sparking mass withdrawals. Suspects, including Herbert Britton and known criminal Henry Boselman, were questioned but cleared. Attorney Joseph Lemon later negotiated the return of $822,000 in bonds for $140,000, but refused to name his contact. No one was ever charged. Number 11. Suzanne Clark Simpson. Now this is just heartbreaking. 51-year-old Suzanne Clark Simpson vanished on October 6, 2024, from Alamo Heights, Texas. Married to Brad Simpson for 22 years, the couple lived in a pretty luxury mansion. That night, after dining at the Argyle, they returned home around 10 p.m. Neighbors saw them arguing outside. At one point, Brad restrained Suzanne. Minutes later, screams were heard from a wooded area, followed by Brad leaving in his pickup for 2 hours. The next day, he reported her missing when she didn't collect their daughter from school. Brad was uncooperative with the police and was later arrested for assault, unlawful restraint, and eventually murder. Searches of a landfill near their home found nothing. Investigators believe he may have left Suzanne in the Bandera area. Family revealed a history of abuse, including physical assaults and controlling behavior. Suzanne's whereabouts remain unknown. Number 10. Maria Krauss. 38-year-old Maria Krauss vanished from North Versailles, Pennsylvania, on February 10, 2025. Last seen at about 8:45 a.m., a possible sighting occurred at 2:30 p.m. of a woman resembling her walking along McKeesport Boulevard. Her car was later found abandoned nearby, with no trace of her. Family members believe something sinister happened, saying she'd never leave her vehicle without seeking help. The area is remote, near metal plants, train tracks, and a river, prompting speculation she could have ended up in the water, though this remains unverified. Her phone was turned off that day, deepening fears. Searches with rescue boats and police teams uncovered nothing. Weeks later, no new clues have surfaced, despite repeated public appeals from her family. But then on April 1st, Allegheny County officials told Pittsburgh's Action News 4 that first responders had found a woman's body underneath the Westinghouse Bridge before 6 p.m., and it was Maria. What exactly happened to her cannot be explained. Number 9. Martis Brian Williams. Martis Williams' disappearance is yet another case where someone leaves home to meet with an unidentified person and is never seen again, with few clues uncovered in the years since. In August of 2014, Martis was living in the 5500 block of Gwynn Oak Avenue in Baltimore. A very loyal fan of the Baltimore Ravens, his family described him as deeply involved in the community and very close to loved ones. On August 4th, his roommate saw him at their apartment before he said he was heading to meet someone in the Randallstown or Liberty Reservoir area. He left in his silver Buick Verano and never returned. 6 days later, his car was discovered abandoned about 2 miles from his apartment, with no additional clues. A possible sighting placed him near Liberty Road that day, though unconfirmed. A $2,000 reward is being offered by Metro Crime Stoppers. Anyone with information can contact Baltimore County Police at 410-887-2214. Number 8. Lawrence Hammet. Tattoo artist Lawrence Hammet disappeared in June 2023, and his case remains unsolved to this day. He lived in Montrose, Colorado, but often worked in Durango, the last place he was seen. Without a permanent address and struggling with substance abuse, he had gone missing before, but always resurfaced. Since June 24, 2023, there has been no contact. The day before, he phoned his sister, sounding fine. He was staying at Montrose Regional Health for addiction treatment and was set to transfer to a facility in Durango. At Mercy Regional Medical Center, he was left unattended in the waiting area for 2 hours before staff realized he had left. He had no phone or vehicle, making tracking difficult. His family wasn't informed of the transfer despite the 2.5-hour distance. Well, police don't suspect foul play, but no clues have emerged. A $2,500 reward is offered, and if you've any idea, contact the Durango Police Investigative Unit. Number 7. Dr. Joshua Hull. Dr. Hull was a respected physician in Temple, Texas, working at the Central Texas Veterans Healthcare System. Known for his calm, informative manner, he lived simply and had no sign of distress until 2018. In July, the 37-year-old internal medicine doctor abruptly moved out of his apartment, and reports suggest he also left his clinic around that time. It's unclear if he resigned or was dismissed, but no reason for either surfaced. He stayed in touch with family until October 13th, when contact ceased. By October 22nd, his mother filed a missing person report. In late November, his black 2014 Audi Q4 was found at Portland International Airport in Oregon, though this was kept from the public until April. His medical license later became delinquent from non-payment, unusual for someone with his career. Despite searches, no sign of Hull has emerged. If you've any information, you can directly report to the Temple Police Department. Number 6. Eric Wells. The disappearance of 36-year-old Eric Wells took place on the 16th of February, 2023, when he went missing from Fife, Washington, and has not been seen or heard from since. Eric was originally from Tacoma, Washington, but shortly before he vanished, he had moved to the greater Yelm area and was said to have settled there comfortably. He was driving a white Mercedes-Benz CLS 650, and on that date, he was staying at a hotel in Fife. It is confirmed that he left the hotel that morning, got into his car, and drove away, but then disappeared, having no contact with family or friends, which deeply concerned them. His parents filed a missing person report, informing investigators he was on his way to meet someone in McKenna. While traveling there, he experienced a flat tire and then abruptly went silent. His phone was switched off that same day and later recovered in McKenna with no sign of Eric nearby. All right, now, let's move to number 5. David Lovely. Born in Massachusetts in 1965, David faced serious health issues from childhood, including kidney surgery at age 3. In 1985, after his parents' divorce, he moved to California with his father before returning east with his mom. That summer, David, 19, traveled cross-country on a maroon 1978 Yamaha motorcycle alongside Jackie in a moving truck. On August 4th, after meeting at a gas station in Evanston, Wyoming, David went ahead to avoid stalling problems. His bike broke down, and he spent the night roadside before pushing it to Bingo Truck Stop in Fort Bridger the next morning. He called Jackie, saying a rough-looking mechanic had made him uneasy, but seemed fine later. They agreed to meet in Rock Springs, but David never arrived. 9 days later, his motorcycle was found abandoned on a dirt road outside Rock Springs, keys in the ignition and fully functional. Despite searches, no trace of David has ever been found. Number 4. Darla Melissa Harper. Darla Melissa Harper graduated from Pine Bluff High School in 1977 and began working at the IRS office in Little Rock, never missing a day until 1986. On March 4th that year, she spoke with a neighbor at her Gravel Ridge, Arkansas, apartment until 9:30 p.m., then was alone with her young daughter. She was never seen again. The next day, her absence from work alarmed colleagues. A co-worker found her door open, Darla missing, and her daughter unharmed. A red streak marked the doorway. Deputies found her car missing. The next day, it was located 9 miles away, in an area she didn't visit, with blood and unidentified fingerprints inside. Her daughter told police 3 men in funny hats had put her mother in a bag and broke her feet. Leads were exhausted until 1990, when Barry Harper's wife claimed Darla was buried in their yard. Nothing was found. A 2009 grave site also yielded nothing. her case remains unsolved. Number 3. Francisca Cadenus Marquez. In Hornachos, Spain, a quiet farming town of 3,500, lived Francisca Cadenus Marquez with her husband and 2 children. Private and without social media, she rarely ventured beyond her small circle. On May 9, 2017, she was babysitting a friend's daughter at home. Around 11:15 p.m., the child's parents arrived, and Franciscoca walked them to their car, telling her son she'd return to make dinner. She entered a well-lit 50-meter alley toward home, but never emerged. 10 minutes later, she was reported missing. Her phone, wallet, and medication were left behind. A rapid search turned up nothing. No signs of struggle, accident, or scent for tracking dogs. One witness, a seasonal worker with a criminal past, claimed to have greeted her just steps from home. Though cleared by an alibi, rumors haunted him. Police searched homes, wells, and surrounding terrain, yet found nothing. The case was closed in 2019, still unsolved. Number 2. Deborah Dean Poe. By 1989, 26-year-old Deborah Dean Poe had moved from Northern Virginia to Orlando, Florida, working 2 jobs, a day position at the Orlando Sentinel and night shifts at a Circle K on Aloma Avenue. Family urged her to quit the late shift after disturbing incidents, including a naked man harassing her in January 1990. She refused, saving money for a home and catering business. On February 4th, she was last seen around 3 a.m. 15 minutes later, a customer found a young man with long black hair, a Megadeth t-shirt, and a skull ring behind the counter. Outside was a black van with a Megadeth logo. By 4 a.m., the store was empty. Deborah's car sat outside, her purse, keys, and paycheck locked inside. The register was untouched. Her uniform lay folded in the back. No signs of struggle were found. Tracking dogs lost her scent at a fence. Despite a 2002 suspect announcement, the case remains cold over 30 years later. Number 1. Ibrahim Poldar. On July 30th, 2016, in Carlsbad, California, a gray Honda Civic was spotted abandoned near Buena Vista Lagoon. It sat unclaimed for weeks. When police ran the plates, they learned it was tied to a missing 56-year-old Ibrahim Poldar of Westwood, Los Angeles. Poldar had borrowed the car from a friend and had no known ties to San Diego County. On August 25th, LAPD detectives found his keys, wallet, and pants in brush about a mile from the car. The location, 2 hours from his home, and the scattered belongings raised concerns. His family said he had no reason to disappear, but admitted he enjoyed drinking and gambling, fueling theories of foul play. Despite extensive searches with tracking dogs, no trace of Poldar was found. Authorities have no evidence confirming criminal involvement, leaving his fate a mystery. Anyone with information should contact the LAPD Missing Persons Unit at 213-996-1800. We really hope you've enjoyed watching this video. If you did, please like it, share it, and subscribe for more amazing content like this. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you soon in the next one.